searching for signs, lost in the sand, whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, the stories we have found in the shadows we dance.
Good morning and welcome to the My Tarot card of the day. Card of the day. Wow, how am I doing today? So I also do that card of the day. And since I had a little extra time, that's what I was doing before this. Which also, again, there are no coincidences. So what does that mean for me today? That means I need to really just pay attention to what I'm doing. Take that extra breath, maybe create that task list, because again, there are no coincidences. Good morning, Jess. Oh, man. But welcome to our daily reflection, our morning inventory, the chance to check in with the universe and see what might be going on, see if we have any angers or resentments or tips or tricks. And maybe if we take time, any time out of our day during the day, where we sit back and just reflect and meditate. Maybe if we do see any angers or resentments, as I like to say, that maybe we focus on that. Something comes up today. Instead of having it trigger us, maybe we can just take a breath because we've already looked at it. So, or as I like to say, this is where the universe holds up a mirror and asks us what we see. And the tarot gets to be that mirror. Good morning, Maureen. It's starting to get chilly out. It's starting to feel a little bit like Canada. So, let's see what we have for the day. So, and again, that's where I was talking about. Where am I at today? So, listening to the cards, we take that breath and using that, and as you can see, I've kind of been doing some running this morning, but I'm listening to the cards and it's that light switch again. Whether, again, it is a candle or just when we sit down in a particular location, reminds us to breathe, feet flat on the floor, our butt comfortable, shoulders relaxed, necks relaxed. And it takes us to that kind of different place than personally where I was 10 minutes ago. So if nothing else, that's just a good reminder for the day. The goal to be not where I was 10 minutes ago, which was not breathing. So, with that in mind, let's make our 3 stacks. Each one of these a different thread going out to the universe. Each one a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will take us down one path. This one's a totally different conversation, and this is a totally different conversation. 3 different directions. It's that time of the year that makes you wish you were a squirrel. So, today, I think personally, being grounded is a good thing. So I'm going to take the bottom stack. And I like to think of that as the one where things that might be influencing us that we don't even see. Taking that breath, I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And I'll flip each one over like the page of a book. So what do we start out with today? We have the 8 of Cups. So cups are those feelings we have, and it's about spirituality and emotions. And 8s are all about progress, moving forward. And if you look at this card here, it's almost like we have a map here where we have these choices where we're following through. sometimes with the Eight of Cups, we need to just move forward. And sometimes it's not always the easiest thing because we get emotionally tied to things. Sometimes those feelings that we have keep us from moving forward. Sometimes we need to think, is it time for me to, even though what I'm feeling, do I need to leave this behind so that I could actually start and keep going on my journey? Is something tying me down from taking this journey further? And sometimes it's important. Sometimes we need that harbor in a storm. Sometimes we need that port. But then sometimes we have things that are anchoring us. And we need to spiritually move on, emotionally move on. And it's not always that easy. But with the Six of Coins, here's something that's all about grounding. So sixes are about harmony, improvement, things getting better. Sometimes I like to look at this card also as like, sometimes when we look at where we are today, sometimes we're doing a little bit better than we were. And that's why it's a good time to reflect on, where do I need to go from here? It's not that things are bad. Sometimes we had people who helped us. Sometimes we can help other people. Sometimes part of our journey will help somebody else. Sometimes we do some things to help other people. You know, do we need to help them in their journey? Could that mean that maybe it's time to move on? But I'm going to see where we're going from here, which is the Chariot. And if you look at this charioteer, absolute confidence. You can see that there's no reins on these wild stallions here that don't even apparently have a back end, right? But even though this one wants to pull this way, this one is pulling this way, the charioteer is looking over this way, and these horses are going to follow the charioteer just on the charioteer's self-will alone. He doesn't need reins. And this is our emotions, and this is our subconscious. This is us. And this is our self-will that says, this is something I have to do. We know it. It's time. And the charioteer is saying that I'm going to loan you my concept and my will to say, this is something that we need to leave behind. This is something so that we can continue further in our journey. And again, these are minor cards. So it's not that that it has to be something big. It's just, what is it that we're tied to? We've gotten what we needed from it. But now it's time to maybe take the next step. And when we see a major in this position here, these small details can have major outcomes. We just don't know it. But what this is saying is that if we just do the small things, ultimately the big things will take care of themselves. We just need to have the will to do what we need to do today. And this is the advice card, which is the Two of Swords. Twos are about choices and balance, and swords are thoughts, ideas. This is about weighing out our two choices. And what I always say about the Two of Swords is that sometimes we need to be aware, because the Three of Swords is right after. And I say that with the Three of Swords, if we don't make a decision, sometimes that decision is made for us, which ties into the Chariot, because the charioteer is saying, let's make that decision. So today, as we reflect on what's going on in our lives, Is there something that we need to put down? Is there something that we need to let go of? Believe it or not, I'm going to say something as silly as it's like, I was going to sleep spending hours on my phone. I'm one of those people that was just thoroughly addicted to the screen. And I know that lately, for the past week, I've been reading at night instead and putting that down, which takes a lot of self-will. I was just telling Mina this morning, it's like, God, I've been sleeping so much better. It's just those small things in our lives. But notice, just by putting down the phone can have a major impact in my life. So, yeah, and no decision is also a decision. Yep. And as Rush put it, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Rush, my philosophers. So today is about what are the small things we can do to improve our lives. What do we need to let go of now that we are in a position maybe where we can let it go? And then using the power of the chariot that they're going to learn, the healthy use of self-will. And the advice card again, let's just make that decision. So with that, have an amazing morning, have an amazing afternoon or evening, wherever you happen to be. And I will be back again tomorrow. Good morning, Lee. It is a great way to start a Wednesday, isn't it? My gosh. So take care, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card.